The real cost of overpricing in peak season. Peak season has arrived. The weather is better, buyer activity is stronger, and many sellers believe this is the perfect time to push the price higher and see what happens. After all, if the buyers are out there, why not test the market? But here is the reality. Overpricing a home during peak season can cost sellers far more than they realize. What starts as a strategy to maximize profit often leads to fewer showings, less buyer interest, longer time on the market, lower offers, and ultimately a lower sales price. In today's video, we'll examine the real cost of overpricing a peak season and why pricing strategy, not wishful thinking, is the difference between a successful sale and a costly mistake. Peak season creates confidence, sometimes just too much confidence. Spring and summer traditionally bring more buyers into the market. Sellers here, inventory is still limited, demand remains strong, homes are selling quickly. As a result, many sellers assume buyers will simply stretch their budget to meet whatever price they choose. Unfortunately, today's buyers are far more informed than ever before. They have access to market data, online valuation tools, recent comparable sales, mortgage payment calculators. When buyers see a home priced significantly above market value, they recognize it immediately. And instead of creating excitement, an inflated price often creates skepticism. The first mistake many sellers make is assuming a strong market condition can overcome unrealistic pricing. The first 2 weeks matter the most. The most valuable marketing period for any listing is the first 2 weeks. This is when new listing alerts are triggered, serious buyers are paying attention, agents bring qualified clients to view the property. The property priced home generates more showings, more interest, more offers, stronger negotiating power. An overpriced home often generates fewer showings, lower engagement, reduced urgency. The market speaks quickly. If buyers are not responding during the first 2 weeks, it is usually a pricing issue, not a marketing issue. Once that critical launch window is lost, it is difficult to recreate that same level of excitement. Price reductions send a message. Many sellers believe they can start high and reduce later if necessary. The problem is that buyers are watching. When a property sits on the market, buyers begin asking questions. Concerns start to develop. Negotiating leverage shifts away from the seller. The home that receives multiple price reductions can create a perception that something is wrong, even when nothing is. Instead of attracting competitive offers, sellers often find themselves defending the property and negotiating from a weaker position. If you enjoy practical strategies and want to help avoid costly mistakes, maximize your results, click subscribe and stay informed with future market insights. The financial cost of overpricing. Let's talk about actual financial impact. Many sellers focus on the possibility of gaining an extra $50,000 to $100,000 through aggressive pricing. What they often overlook are the costs of delay. Additional mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, maintenance expenses, HOA fees, utility bills. There is also opportunity cost. If the seller is purchasing another property, delaying the sale may cause them to miss opportunities elsewhere. In many cases, a properly priced home sells faster and for more money than an overpriced home chases the market downwards. The psychology of buyers in peak season. Peak season buyers are motivated, but they are not irrational. Most buyers today face higher interest rates, larger down payment requirements, increased monthly payment pressure, and because affordability is already stretched, buyers are extremely sensitive to value. They are willing to compete for a home that appears fairly priced. They are much less willing to compete for a home they believe is overpriced. The goal is not to attract one buyer willing to overpay. The goal is to attract multiple qualified buyers who see value and compete with one another. That competition is what drives premium results. In conclusion, the real cost of overpricing in peak season is rarely visible on day one. It shows up through lost momentum, reduced buyer interest, longer market time, price reductions, weak negotiation power. The strongest sellers understand that pricing is not about testing the market. Pricing is about positioning the property to create demand. The real estate market is the ultimate determinant of value. The sellers who achieve the best outcomes are often not the ones who start with the highest price. They are the ones who start with the right price. Thank you for watching. See you on my next one. Get more insights and strategies by watching my videos going forward.